This is the story of President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso and his driver, Musa. What happened between them shocked the whole country and made people talk all over Africa. So listen closely, because you will not want to miss a single second. President Traoré was a man who believed in hard work and loyalty. Every morning, he woke up before the sun, ready to face the day. He trusted very few people, but Musa, his driver, was always at the top of that list. Musa was not just a driver. He was the man who opened the car door, who waited outside every meeting, who drove the president through busy streets and quiet alleys. He knew the president's schedule better than anyone. He knew when the president was tired, when he was happy, and when he needed silence. Musa was always there, always calm, always respectful. The president often said, "Musa is my eyes and ears on the road." But one week, everything started to feel different. The president noticed Musa was acting strange. He was quieter than usual, sometimes looking nervous, sometimes glancing at his phone when he thought no one was watching. The president started to wonder if something was wrong at home, but he did not ask. He just watched. Then, something happened that made the president's heart beat faster. Important secrets from his private meetings started to appear in the news. These were things only a few people knew. The president was shocked. He called his closest advisors and asked, "Who is leaking our secrets?" Everyone looked at each other, confused and worried. The president decided to test his team. He shared a fake plan in a meeting with only 3 people. 2 days later, that same fake plan was on the radio. Now the president knew someone close to him was sharing secrets, but he did not know who. He started to check everything. He checked his office for hidden microphones. He checked his phone for bugs. He even checked his own clothes, but he found nothing. The only place he did not check was his car. He thought, "No one would dare to spy on me in my own car. Musa would never allow it." But the president was wrong. One night, after a long meeting, the president was walking to his car. He saw Musa sitting in the driver's seat, looking at his phone. When Musa saw the president, he quickly put his phone away and looked straight ahead. The president got in the car, but he did not say anything. He just watched Musa in the mirror. As they drove, the president noticed Musa kept touching something under his seat. When they reached the president's house, Musa got out and opened the door for the president. But as Musa walked away, the president saw a small black object under the seat. When Musa was gone, the president reached under the seat and pulled out a small recorder. It was still on. The president's hands shook. He realized that Musa had been recording everything he said in the car. The president felt a mix of anger, shock, and sadness. He trusted Musa. He treated him like family. Why would Musa do this? Was he working for someone else? Was he being paid to spy? The president knew he had to be smart. He could not let Musa know that he found the recorder. He called his most trusted advisor, Amadou, and told him everything. Amadou was shocked. He said, "We must be careful. If Musa is working for someone dangerous, we need to know who it is." The president agreed. They decided to watch Musa closely. The next day, the president acted normal. He talked to Musa like nothing happened, but he was careful with his words. He did not talk about any secrets in the car. Instead, he talked about simple things, like the weather and football. Musa seemed relaxed, but the president was watching him all the time. The president's security team started to follow Musa after work. They saw him go home to his family. Musa had a wife and 2 small children. He loved his family very much. But late at night, the security team saw a black car stop near Musa's house. 2 men got out and left a note at his door. Musa found the note in the morning. He looked scared. He called someone on his phone and spoke in a low voice. The security team told the president everything. The president now understood that Musa was in trouble. He was not just a traitor. He was a father who was scared for his family. The president decided to talk to Musa face to face. He called Musa to his office. Musa walked in, looking tired and worried. The president showed him the recorder and asked, "Why did you do this?" Musa's eyes filled with tears. He said, "Sir, I am sorry. I did not want to hurt you, but some men came to my house. They showed me pictures of my children. They said if I did not record your meetings, they would hurt my family. I was so scared. I did not know what to do." The president listened carefully. He felt sorry for Musa. He knew that Musa was not a bad man. He was just a father trying to protect his family. The president made a big decision. He told Musa, "You are not my enemy. I will help you, but you must help me catch the men who are threatening you." Musa agreed. He was so grateful that the president forgave him. Together, they made a plan. Musa would pretend to keep working for the bad men. He would tell them that he had more recordings. The security team would watch and wait for the men to come back. That night, Musa left a message at his door. Just like before, the black car came back. The two men got out and tried to take the recorder from Musa, but the security team was ready. They caught the men and took them to the police. But when the police questioned the men, they refused to talk. They just smiled and said nothing. The president knew this was not the end. He wanted to know who sent them and why. He told his team, "We must find out who is behind this. We must protect Mouse's family and everyone who works for us." The president did not sleep that night. He sat in his office, thinking about every conversation he had in that car. He remembered the laughter, the serious talks, the moments when he spoke about the future of his country. He wondered how much danger he had put his people in. He knew he had to act fast, but also be careful. The next morning, he called a secret meeting with his top advisors and security chiefs. He said, "We are not safe until we know the truth. We must find out who is behind this attack on our trust." And that is where the real hunt began. The president's office was tense. Everyone knew the situation was dangerous. President Traoré looked at his team and said, "We must move quickly. We cannot let fear control us. We must find out who is behind these threats." The security chief, a serious man named Idrissa, promised to dig deeper. He sent his best officers to question the two men who were caught at Mouse's house. The men stayed silent for hours, but finally, one of them made a mistake. He whispered a name to the other man, thinking no one would hear, but the officer outside the door heard it. Coulibaly. That was the clue they needed. Coulibaly was a name the president knew well. He was a rich businessman who had lost money when the president stopped a big, illegal deal. Coulibaly was angry and wanted revenge. The president realized this was not just about secrets. It was about power, money, and control. He told his team, "We must be careful. Coulibaly has friends in high places. He will not stop until he gets what he wants." The security team started to watch Coulibaly's house. They saw strange cars coming and going at night. They saw men carrying bags and talking in the shadows. The president knew he had to act, but he also knew he could not trust everyone. He decided to keep his plan secret, sharing it only with his closest advisors and Musa. Musa was scared, but he wanted to help. He agreed to meet Coulibaly's men again, pretending he still worked for them. The security team gave Musa a small microphone to wear under his shirt. They told him, "If you are in danger, say the word market. We will come right away." Musa nodded, his hands shaking. That night, Musa met the men in a dark alley. They asked him for more recordings. Musa said, "I need to know who I am working for. I need to meet the boss." The men looked at each other, then agreed. They told Musa to come to a warehouse the next night. The president and his team made a plan. They would follow Musa to the warehouse. They would catch everyone involved. The next night, Musa went to the warehouse. The president's security team hid nearby, watching every move. Inside, Musa saw Coulibaly himself. Coulibaly smiled and said, "You did well, Musa. With your help, I will control this country." Musa felt sick, but he stayed calm. He asked, "What do you want me to do next?" Coulibaly said, "Record the president talking about the army. I want to know his plans." Musa nodded, but then he said the secret word, market. The security team rushed in. There was shouting, running, and chaos. But in the end, Coulibaly and his men were caught. The news spread fast. People were shocked to learn that a powerful man like Coulibaly was behind the threats. The president spoke to the country on TV. He said, "No one is above the law. We will protect our people. We will not let fear win." The people cheered. They felt safe again. Musa was a hero. The president thanked him in front of everyone. He said, "Musa risked his life to help us. He is brave and loyal." Musa smiled, but he said, "I only did what was right. I wanted to protect my family and my country." After that, the president made new rules to keep everyone safe. He made sure all workers and their families were protected. He started a new office where people could report threats or problems without fear. He visited schools and villages, telling people, "If you see something wrong, speak up. We will listen. We will help." Mouse's life changed too. He was no longer just a driver. He became a symbol of courage. People stopped him in the street to thank him. Children wanted to shake his hand. Musa always told them, "Be brave. Tell the truth. Never let fear win." The president and Musa became even closer. Sometimes, after a long day, they would sit together and talk about their families, their dreams, and their hopes for Burkina Faso. The president said, "Musa, you showed me that even in the darkest times, there is always hope." Musa replied, "You showed me that forgiveness is stronger than fear." Their story became famous, not just in Burkina Faso, but in other countries too. Leaders from around Africa called President Traoré to ask how he stayed strong. He always said, "Trust your people, listen to them, protect them, and never forget, even the smallest person can make a big difference." So, the next time you hear a story about betrayal, remember President Traoré and Musa. Remember that sometimes the person who seems to betray you is really just afraid. Remember that courage and forgiveness can change everything. This is the story of a president, a driver, and a country that learned to stand together, even in the face of fear. And that is why, even now, people everywhere still talk about the day President Traoré discovered his driver's secret and what he did next. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more amazing true stories from Africa, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. Hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and tell us in the comments what you would do if you were in the president's place. Thank you for watching, and remember, every day is a new chance to be brave, to forgive, and to help someone in need. See you in the next story.